Sewing Studio. Today we're diving into a game-changing technique to save you time and keep your projects moving. Chain piecing. Whether you're tackling a scrappy quilt or making dozens of half-square triangles, these tips will have you sewing like a pro in no time. First things first, what is chain piecing? It's a method in which you sew multiple pieces of fabric together in a continuous line without stopping to cut the thread in between each piece. Think of it as creating a chain of blocks. Not only does this save you time, but it also saves your thread. Tip number 1, prepare your pieces ahead of time. Lay out all your fabric pieces in the correct order before you sit down to sew. If you're working on a complex pattern, stack your pieces by block or row to keep everything organized. I'm working on some split recs. As you can see, I have a stack of them. So what I want to do is I want to lay them out individually. To make sure that I'm sewing them in the correct direction. But then I'm also going to layer them on top of each other, lining up those seams. So when I sit down to sew, they're all ready to go. This will save me time and energy at the sewing machine. Plus, it eliminates mistakes. So, here is my stack. Now, here's an extra bonus about using chain piecing. It helps maintain the tension of your thread. So when you sew in a continuous line without stopping and cutting between each piece, your machine doesn't have to reset the tension. And that means fewer skipped stitches and more even seams. Plus, your machine will thank you for keeping things running smoothly. Tip number 2 is always start with a leader and an ender. A leader and an ender is a small scrap of fabric that you use to start sewing before you sew in your actual pieces. This avoids nesting. Here's an extra bonus about chain piecing. So, it helps maintain consistent thread tension. So when you sew continuously without stopping and starting between each piece, your machine doesn't have to reset the tension with each cut. So that means fewer skipped stitches and more even seams. Not to mention, your machine will thank you for keeping things running smoothly. So, tip number 3, keep the pieces connected. We're not going to cut the chain until we're finished sewing our entire batch. So, notice I did not cut, and I'm just going to continue sewing. I'm going to go just a couple stitches off there. And remember to adjust your speed. So if you sew too quickly, it can result in your pieces shifting. So nice, slow, steady pace. Keeps things going. Remember, it's not a race. But it's about consistency. So. Tip number 5 is to press efficiently. So once you've finished all of your chain piecing, press all of your seams in batches. This saves time compared to pressing each one individually. Trust me, a little time saving here goes a long way. And there you have it. Chain piecing, a simple technique that's going to save you a lot of time and keep your sewing stress-free. If you found these tips to be helpful, be sure to like this video and click to subscribe for more time-saving sewing tips and tricks. Until next time, keep stitching and keep smiling. Bye-bye, friends.